Not a good first innings. Can you just walk us through the feelings during that innings break in the squad?
Between our obviously first and second innings.
Yes, between the first and second innings break.
Yeah, I think it was more of the same. I don't think the message really changed much. I think it's about being positive and obviously looking to score. I think, as you've seen, the wicket is still playing really good. I think there's still a lot of runs out there, and I think our execution in the first innings, I think, let us down. I think we saw how Kites and Dion started the second innings. I thought guys showed a little bit more intent, a little bit more positive, I think, up at the top. And obviously got a little partnership going there. Unfortunately, we lost Dion close to the end there, but it would have been nice to go into tomorrow none down.
Craig, Sloven's supporters, it was a flat weekend towards the first day and today. And then people always question why will we come and play with demons in that pitch, and looking at how we are dismissed in almost like a session. How do you respond?
Yeah, I think, I don't think there are any demons in that wicket. I think as we've seen, yesterday and today, I think there's still a lot of runs that are still yet to be scored, I think, on that surface. I think they, really did hit much better areas than what we did, again, for a lot longer. And you can see that if you do that for an extended period of time, I think you get the reward for it. I think we're probably at a few soft dismissals, especially in the first innings. It's something that hopefully we can rectify in the second innings tomorrow.
The future of Zimbabwe cricket, we look at number 3 to 10, we're going to be out. Walsh and Wesley, we saw them briefly. How important was it for those guys to carry on, looking at where we are supposed to go as Zimbabwe cricket, looking at probably the age of some of the players and those guys with their talent and having a good wicket development?
Yeah, I think, every opportunity for those guys to get out there and play against a side like South Africa, I think they'll learn a lot from that. I think, especially as a batter, and I know throughout my career, I think every time you get in and you get a little bit of a score, you're always wanting to push on, because the hardest time to bat is when you're actually starting. So I think, there's always going to be ebbs and flows and things like that throughout your career and that. And there's a decent little young group that we're working with now. A lot of cricket still to come this year. And I think what everybody wants to see is that guys are learning. I think at the moment it comes across as though we're making similar mistakes. And I think that's the frustrating part about it. It's something that we really got to work on and make sure that we get better at that.
How pleased are you for Kaitana? He got under a lot of external pressure. Of course, he probably needs to shut that out. But the fact that he was able to bat like
Yeah, no, certainly. Yeah, really happy for him. He's put in a lot of preparation, leading up to this. Unfortunately, he got a little break there where he got dropped early on. Tough chance in the slips there. And sometimes you need those breaks to go your way. So he's worked hard to where he is now, on 30 odd overnight, and hopefully tomorrow he can start again and make the most of that start. I know how difficult it will be, probably starting off in the morning again, like it has been, I think, here at Queen's, obviously in the winter. But hopefully, he gets going tomorrow. He's an important part, I think, of our batting lineup, and just the way he bats and his tempo. So really hoping he can go big tomorrow.
Craig, how much do you miss if it didn't go around? For example, if we draft on this team, then you can maybe play extra, like in this case, maybe Masekesa as a leg spinner, who then becomes an attacking option, who can give wickets on such a total wicket. How much is that going to be important for Zimbabwe, going forward, a genuine option as a all-rounder, which allows either to carry extra better or extra better?
Yeah, no, certainly. I think, whether it's a seaming all-rounder or a spinning all-rounder, I think, those guys are golden. I think you've seen the quality that Viel Mulder, I think, has brought to the SA side, and I think the balance that he also brings, I think with batter and ball, that allows you to throw in the extra option. A Ben Stokes for England. I think it's something that we can probably look at going forward, and try and work out which all-rounders can we get in to try and best balance the side. But it's certainly something that I think needs to be looked at a lot closer.
Skipper, what's the mood in the dressing room, and how do you come up and tell the boys, guys, let's not throw in the towel, go in there and play some good cricket?
Yeah, and I think the message is as simple as that. I think we want to put on a decent show for the people that come and watch. And again, there's no demons in that wicket. I think there's still a lot of runs to be had there. There's no reason why guys can't go out there tomorrow and get 100. If we can put on a decent score tomorrow, if we make South Africa bat again, I think that's a huge achievement from a Zimbabwean perspective. But it's going to take, I think, a lot of character from the boys, a lot of fight, and I think a lot of belief as well.
So I know Shaw this came out today after coming off yesterday. Is he fully recovered, or what's the touch on it?
No, he hasn't fully recovered. I think a few guys have been struggling quite a bit from the flu, but hopefully he'll be a little bit stronger tomorrow, as well as a few other guys. Yeah.
Okay, all right, thank you.